Bueno, mi gente, season 3 is on its way. We're definitely having some fun. We have some great artists coming through, some amazing dancers, some very skeptical DJs because they're scared of the questions that I've been asking them. However, tonight we've got an amazing entrepreneur. Ever since I've met her, all I've seen is a spark, a little bit, como dicen en mi país, una chispa que no para. She's nonstop. She's always going. She's always got a great smile on. So let's start up today. So let's bring her in right away. Señorita, how are you? ¿Cómo estás? She's there. I can see her. I don't know if she can hear me though. Giselle,
Oh no.
I can hear you now, sort of. Hello? Let's pause. Buenas tardes, mi gente. Bienvenidos once again. Season 3, The Hot Seat. La Silla Caliente, bringing you guys amazing artists, dancers, DJs. Some are a little bit skeptical, some are a little bit worried, and some of them have already cried. Well, you guys know how it is in here. Don't forget to follow us, give us a like, give us that love. Y recuérdate, let us know who you want next. Let us know who you guys want to see coming up next. So today we have a beautiful lady, huge smile, tiene una chispa, she's got a vibe, a spark in her that it's just amazing. Doesn't matter where we've seen her, what event, if it's her event, actually if it's her event, it's something else. I personally experienced this, but you know what? We'll get into it in just a little bit. Well, you saw who it is, so let's just bring her in right away. Giselle, buenas noches, buenas tardes, good evening. How are you?
Buenas, ¿cómo estamos? How are you?
All excited for this interview. Excited because I was talking to Luis yesterday. We got together with Luis and a couple of the other team members, and Luis is not the type of person that gets too expressive. But when we brought you up, he was very expressive and very happy of what's going on and everything that's happened between a year ago to this past weekend when we came to visit you. He was expressing quite a bit about who you are, how you are, and what that La Isla has become.
It's been a journey, man.
To say
I
the
mean,
least.
it's well, first of all, Luis is my ride or die. I would say at this point, De La Isla is not just me. It's me and Luis wherever we go. Like that's I have to take my DJ with me. That's it. This is it.
You know what? Once you, and I always say to everybody, once you have that one person you can work with, everything has to be with them. I get it. I mean, there could be somebody worse, there could be somebody better, there could be whatever, but it doesn't matter what the world says because you have your chemistry and that's what works.
And he understands me. Remember, yo soy dominicana, yo soy complicada.
You
Y
heard it
Luis
here.
tiene la paciencia de un dios. You know,
Yep, I get it. I get it.
él nada más dice, mujercita, mujercita.
So let's get to know you a little bit. ¿Quién es Giselle?
Bueno, Giselle, yo me mudé al Canadá, a Ottawa, hace 10 años. I come from Dominican parents. My entire family is Dominican. I'm from El Cibao and Santiago. So I was raised in between both the Dominican, but I'm born and raised in New York City. I'm from the Bronx.
Oh,
Yeah, so,
okay.
well, born in Washington Heights, little Dominican Republic, and I moved to the Bronx when I was 15. Eh, pero mi vida ha sido, como yo le digo a la gente, no soy ni de allí ni de allá, right? Yo era demasiada dominicana para ser americana y demasiada americana para ser dominicana.
Yeah.
So, un día yo dije, ¿qué es lo que yo soy? Yo dije, bueno, yo soy dominicana. Like, American doesn't make sense to me. Y aquí estamos, aquí estamos. Me he dedicado a la bachata y al merengue. It's my passion. I've been a dancer for 20 years. And I was like, you know what? I'm tired of the way it's being danced. Let me just go ahead and teach them how it's done in my country.
It's different. It's very different. I'm
It
telling you,
is.
I work with a bunch of Dominican artists and Dominican nightclubs. It's different.
It's a different vibe.
Yes.
But that's really me. I've been here for 10 years and then I started De La Isla about it's going to be De La Isla itself started about 2 years ago.
Okay.
But the events and all what it has become now, it's a year.
Okay. 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 That's with what I saw. It's quite an accomplishment.
Gracias. There's been tears. There's been nights with only 6 people. And we have nights of what you experience. I'm just glad you experienced that because even that night, we're like, what is happening?
Yeah.
What is happening right
Literally, Luis says to me, "I don't know what happened, but I hope this stays."
now?
It,
Listen,
yeah.
we're putting in the work. At the end of the day, I have to say, we're putting in the work and it's starting to show. And we've been consistent, which I think is the main thing. I stick to my niche. We are consistent. We show up when there's one person, we show up when there's 1,000 people, like, and we're putting in behind the scenes work. No te senta aquí de que porque yo soy linda que van a venir. No, like, hay mucho trabajo que se está haciendo y por fin se está viendo el fruto.
See. No, that makes a lot of sense because well, first of all, congratulations on your award. I saw that.
Oh, thank you.
Actually, I couldn't be there. The team was there, and literally the moment you got your award, the team started messaging me, "You should be here. We need to talk to her." I was like, "Okay." Who is she? And they were all excited. Honestly, I even had some of them begging me, "Can I stay backstage? I just want to hear her talk. I want to hear what she's all about." I'm like, "Well, you're gonna hear the interview anyway, so just chill, relax. Oh, don't stress
That's
them."
pretty awesome.
But they all like you, which is strange because my team, as
Okay.
much as I love them, we don't all like the same people.
Okay.
We
This-
don't all, we trust me, when we come to a consensus on one person, it's a huge, huge conversation, and it's days of us going back and forth. And
Okay.
with you, it was more of a, are you going to go or are we dragging you there to go meet her? And then it was, okay, well, should I interview her? And literally one of them says to me, why are you wasting time? You should have done it already.
I am honored.
So you made a reputation for yourself.
Gracias.
I'm telling you, I swear, even when we talked with Luis, there's other instructors here that I've said, okay, we're gonna interview them. They've been here, whatever. And I get the dirty eye or como like they say in Dominicana, ¿quién tú te crees?
¿Y qué tú crees?
Yeah, and I'm like, guys, like, but no, no. And it doesn't matter if it's one of the girls or one of the guys, we don't all agree. But this time we agreed on it. And I saw why when I met you on Saturday night. On
Okay.
Sunday night, sorry. I saw why because, and correct me if I'm wrong with what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
You have a spark of your own, and you don't wait for others to give you that spark.
Yeah. I create my own table and my own space. I
And
don't
I would
ask
be
for permission.
no, definitely not. We could tell,
Because
but you were the vibrancy that you gave out, the calmness in the room, and the demanding. I'm here. Where did you find that?
I have to say, oh man, that's a deep one because I always give my mom credit, but she's like half the credit. I come from two very strong grandmothers. And especially one. There's one I have the one that's from the campo, tobacco smoker, la señora con el cigarro en el campo. I have her, she's a strong one. But then I have la capitaleña de la ciudad with the gold and the makeup and the one that would say, "Mira, mama." I have that one. And that's my grandmother. And I think, I've thought about this a lot because every time I take an approach, I always say, to be honest, what would she do? Because if she had a presence to her, there was no F's given. She never asked for permission. She took it. And I think being raised by someone like that and being given those things, I've just always been engraved like, yo no te voy a pedir permiso. ¿Para qué? ¿Quién eres tú? You know? And I've always been a little bit rebellious. So I rather say I'm sorry, pero ya yo lo hice. Ya yo me gocé. Ya yo gocé. So it's like, sorry. Pero la experiencia está. So I think that's a lot where it comes from. And also, like, I am really passionate about this. Like, I love my culture. If there's one person that is obsessed about being Dominican, is me. And they know it. I think the community knows it. And I love what I do. So when I host an event, I say this to everybody that comes to my event. Think about this as if you're in my house party. There's my rules. Tú no vas a venir a mi casa a decirme a mí lo que tú vas a hacer. Pero tú vas a gozar. Tú vas a comer, tú vas a gozar, tú vas a beber, you're gonna dance, you're gonna have a good time. And the minute you enter my house, that means I trust you, so we're family. And that's how I treat the community. And I tell them all, we cousins here. We're cousins. So but you gotta respect my rules. And one of the first rules is, can we try to do bachata how we do it in the island? This is a cultural space. That's my first rule. You can do that other stuff anywhere else throughout the week. There's other events where you can do your body rolls.
I,
Pero but in my house, you don't. You don't do that in my house. So I think that's kind of what you saw. I welcome everybody. If there's a new face, I always try to make a point to go to the door and say hello and welcome and thank you for coming because you're family now. That's it. You walk through those doors.
so I'm gonna point one thing out. You see how you're doing your hand, the whole. We make fun because we have two dancers on our team. They go to your events, they go to other events, but we always make fun of them because to us that's not dancing. To us, those moves, and I'm gonna get hell for this, and I'll take it. The
Oh
email.
man, you're gonna get me canceled now, but let's do it.
It's not dancing because when you dance from the heart, all these extra ballroom moves don't belong in the dance floor. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe
I'm gonna
maybe
challenge you. I'm gonna challenge you. So I do these kind of things, and I mean, at this point, we're talking about the European style, the new style of what they call bachata.
Mhm.
I think they need to change the name, as every Dominican does. We think they need to change the name because at the end of the day, it doesn't capture the essence of what bachata really is. Now, these moves here, I say they're dancing. I say they're dancing because dancing is expression, dancing is movement. You should be able to move your body as you wish. Cool. But the only problem I have is when you do those kind of moves and then you say, I'm dancing bachata. To me, I remember when I entered Canada and I went to my first social, and my friend was like, Yo, you're gonna dance bachata, you're gonna see, and I'm gonna introduce you to people. And I walk into the room, there was Aventura playing. So I recognized the music and I was like, shit, we're about to dance bachata. And when I got there, I was like, but what are they doing? ¿Qué es lo que están haciendo? ¿Y por qué? Why is her head on the floor? Like, why is she dipping? So I think there's a problem when a Dominican comes into a room to dance bachata and has no idea what they're dancing. And also, all of a sudden, the Dominican is being told that they're weird.
Yeah.
But it's my music, it's my culture. That's where I have the problem. Pero I call it cacachata. But see, now I'm canceled.
No, you know what? Trust me, there's a lot of us that would agree with you because even with Luis, while we were sitting down, I said to him, "How do you find the music that'll go with them? Because it's not the same to listen to una bachata dominicana, una bachata that's mainstream, something that's new school, or this what really bothers me, and probably gonna get in trouble for it, but the sensual bachata.
And I think that's the problem. Even I think the main thing, Dominican bachata. No, it's bachata. It has the five instruments. It has a bongo. It has a guira. It has a singer. It has the requinto segunda. We're listening to bachata.
Yeah,
Now, there's bachata moderna, right? It's like, oh, there's more modern. Now we're talking aventura times, a little bit more melody, more instruments. Yeah. But the minute you take out those components out of the bachata, you take out instruments and you start adding Ed Sheeran, and all you do is keep the bongo because you want to keep a bachata beat. I'm sorry, that's not bachata. That's just Ed Sheeran singing to bongos.
yeah.
That's it. But these people, whoever created, they're like, oh, we're dancing sensual bachata. I was like, no, bachata has always been sensual. Why are you even calling it that? Call it something else. So I think and I get passionate. That's where my thing is. It's
You're
like,
preaching to the choir.
you could dance it. I think it's actually beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I've been to sensual socials in New York City. And when they're done properly, holy, you could dance. I can move. Pero no me digas tú a mí que tú me tienes like Anthony Santos con un requinto, hoy se bebe y vamos y pon mami llora y llora. And I'm like doing all these things. It doesn't make sense. Like, what are we hearing?
It's true. It's very true. It's unbelievable how many variations people decide to have of what originally is and what they try to call it, which it's not. Years ago, and this is something, and when I'm bringing it up just because we were talking with Luis, and it shocked him. You don't hear merengue ripiao here that often anymore. And it bothers me because you know what? It's a lot of fun. Those that know how to dance really enjoy it, but it doesn't get played.
No. My first class in Ottawa was merengue. I taught it at Lansdowne. And I remember this group of people, and I said, actually, a lady approached me. She was at my Christmas party, and she said, would you mind teaching this? Because she saw me with my family here dancing merengue. She's like, can you teach this? I'm like, yeah. So I taught it at Lansdowne. There were like about 80 people there. And I said, by the show of hands, who's danced merengue? Everybody raised their hand. One guy shouts, easiest dance ever is just walking. I said, ooh, I love that. I said, okay, let's get started. Mira, le metí un típico. I was like, le metí un típico de Giovanni Polanco. They were drenched. They were
Oh
like,
yeah,
we've never danced this. I was like, because you don't know. You're doing this ballroom stuff, and people are using merengue as like a warm up.
yeah,
No, there's technicality to merengue. If merengue was so easy, then why are your hips going the wrong way?
it's true. It's very true.
But But now in my workshops, I do merengue típico. We play merengue típico. And I explain to them there's four types of merengue. There's not just one. Merengue típico is the one with the accordion. There's no turn patterns. You don't let go of your partner. Eso es quemado ahí, eso es rápido.
Yeah. Now, with all that to say, and all of this that you've brought to us, why are you so proud to be Dominican and show and bring your culture out to the world as delightfully as you do?
Oh my God, why am I so proud to be Dominican? I mean, I say if I die and I relive again, que me traiga Dominicana. Like, I I think there's a beauty to my culture from like maybe because I experience it. And I just wish like when I teach, I hope that people get a little bit of it. Just a little bit of it. They will never understand what it is to sit in el colmado and cry for your boyfriend, el que se fue de La Vega. Like nobody will understand that unless you live it. Pero I think my culture, like, it is just so beautiful from our food, from our music, from our people. Like, how is it that we're so poor, but on Sundays everybody's dressed up and we are still happy? Like, there's just so much to it. And I know that people outside of the Dominican Republic, I call them, well, not I, but guests of the culture, right?
Hmm.
They see it. And to me, I've taken a responsibility of like, I'm going to teach you about my culture the best I know. I'm going to educate you. So one, you can enjoy it because the minute everybody's Dominican, the minute they land in the Dominican, somos to primo. Even if you could be from Russia, pero you know, I want to teach it so that they can embrace it, so they can understand it, so they can learn it, and then hopefully not appropriate it in the future. But also, I took it a mission to myself because unfortunately, I saw how there are organizers in this city, in my own city, who benefit from that flag, who benefit from my culture, who make money, but then nothing comes back to the community. So if they're going to do it and make money off my culture, then I'm going to make money off my culture and I'm going to give back to my community. But at least I'm going to do it the culturally appropriate way.
Correct. That's, you know what? Hats off to you for doing it and speaking that way. Because I've worked with a lot of Dominicans here in the city. And there's only two of you that speak that way about the community and speak that way about your culture, about your country.
Mhm.
And it's sad if you ask me because more Dominicans should speak that way of the Dominican. Because la República Dominicana es un país bien lindo. Doesn't forget the money, forget everything else. The culture and the love that you guys have between each other, you don't find that in every country. And more Dominicanos should be that proud and should follow in your footsteps with what you've just said.
I appreciate it. But I mean, it's hard sometimes.
It is. It is. I mean, though Latin America, we have some sort of problem in our country, or whether it's the president, the this, that, whatever, but you should still be proud of where you come from.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I agree. But that's okay. I have enough love for that place then for I count for like 10 Dominicans, like
With your vibe, yes. Even Claudia and I were standing there in a corner. I'm like, watch, watch. She says to me, what do you mean? I'm like, look at her. Watch what she's about to do. And he says to me, yeah, she's having her fun. I'm like, no, she's not having fun. She's creating everything around her without people realizing it. And that's what you do. Everywhere you go, you're creating the atmosphere. You're not just letting things happen, you're making them happen.
Thank you.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Thank you for seeing that. I mean, I do it, but thank you. Yeah.
We're like I told you, we're very selective who we work with and who we choose to move forward with because if you're not proud of who you are, then how can we turn around and say that you're going to be proud of being with us, around us, or giving your all when you're hired, when you're expected, when you're brought, when you're recommended? Because
Yeah.
in this industry, if we don't recommend each other, sometimes we don't get work.
It's a tough industry, let me tell
It
you.
is. It is. But what keeps you in it? What makes you want to continue staying in this industry?
Man, I ask myself that sometimes, at least once a week. I have two kids. I have a 9 to 5 as well. And what keeps me in it, I think, well, my kids keep me in it. That's one. Because they don't get access to the Dominican as much, right? Because it's hard to pay for 2 3 flights, some mucho, or you know what I'm saying? So I try to bring the culture to them here so they can embrace it and they can learn it. But what keeps me in, to be honest, every time I kid you not that I'm at the door, like I'm done. I'm done with this, man. Like this is a lot of work. Here comes one student being like, I just love the way you dance. I can't wait to learn more. And I'm like, damn it. All right, I'll run another session. Here we go.
But you know what? It's worth it.
It is
The
so worth
future,
it. It's so worth it.
if you look at everything you've created on your own, can you imagine what's going to happen 5 years from now, 10 years from now?
I mean, I hope great things. I hope Ottawa really continues to open up to this. You know, when I first started, the first one of the first comments, it was the first day I was teaching, somebody said to me, "Are you only gonna last 6 months?" I was like, "Well, great, welcome." You know, that's a great way to tell me welcome. And that's what they said. And I'm like, well, a year later, I just came back from France teaching. So like, sorry, but I'm not going anywhere. Um but no, I'm curious to see where this is gonna go. I'm curious. I don't plan on doing something like out of the ordinary, to be honest. I continue My goal is to keep teaching, educating, hopefully training others so that they can teach and I can go home and go to sleep sometimes, you know. That's kind of the business plan. And then my goal, and I'll put it out there, is just to have the Dominican traditional bachata festival or congress in Ottawa. I like to put Ottawa on the map, you know. So we'll see.
Oh, we definitely will see.
We'll
That's
see.
so. During all of this, where does Giselle find the time to be Giselle? Forget about being the mom. Forget about being the entrepreneur, the businesswoman, the employee. But Giselle,
Giselle becomes Giselle on some, like tonight. Tonight, I'm Giselle. I am going out, not as a mom, but as a woman. I'm going to dress up, doll up, and I'm going to go dance compa tonight. Has nothing to do with merengue, bachata, and this. You know, I always do take the time for me. There are, whether I have to tell my kids, don't talk to me for an hour, go play video games, because tablets are great babysitters. I'm a but I find the time for me. I find, whether it has to be mornings or whatever, but I'm intentional to that because without my health and without me, this can't happen. So, I'm really good at saying no. I'm really good. Or being like, no, I don't. I actually don't want that gig. Because the beauty about also what I'm doing is that I don't need to be per la bachata to make a living. I don't need to host Domingo Bachatero to make a living. I really do this out of passion and out of love. And I'm also a businesswoman on the side, but you know, so I have that time. I find it.
now correct me if I'm wrong, but I tried to not do too much research on whoever I'm interviewing, but maybe I read this wrong too. There was a book not too long ago.
Pardon?
Did you write a book or something like that not too long ago?
No. What were you thinking?
It was on one of your sites. There was something about a book and about you were doing some sort of, you were at some sort of event that you were promoting yourself.
And it involved a book?
I'm not sure if it was a book. Like I said, I was trying not to look too much into it, because if I get too much information, then I get really deep with questions. But there was something that you were going away for, that you did some sort of. It was something for women. That much I do remember.
Ah, okay. Well, maybe it was at Carleton University recently. I
That's
um I was there for Women's Month, and actually it's one of the best works, no, one of the best, but one of my favorite workshops that I've done so far. Or because apart from a dance instructor, I love history. So I love the history of bachata, bachateras, but like I love the history of my culture. So I was able to give them 20 minutes of the history of bachata, but also the influence of women in bachata and who the women are. From the first one, La Sufrida, all the way till now, there's so many.
That's a good way to put it. That's a
Yeah.
very good way to put it. So, do you want me to start with the hard questions or do you want me to continue a little bit longer? Your choice.
You know what? Let's go with the hard ones first.
All right. So, I'm going to cut into a quick commercial and then we'll get going with them.
Let's do that.
Este verano, el mundo llega a Pembroke. Prepárate para vivir el Festival Multicultural de Pembroke 2026, una gran celebración de cultura, comunidad y diversidad. Ven a disfrutar de deliciosa comida internacional, arte, música, bailes tradicionales y las historias que unen a nuestras comunidades. Acompáñanos el viernes 17 y sábado 18 de julio en el Pembroke Waterfront para 2 días llenos de sabor, ritmo y alegría para toda la familia. No importa de dónde vengas, aquí todos celebramos juntos.
So, señorita, es la isla. The way this works, for those of you that have never watched the show before, we're going to start asking some very heartfelt questions. We want you to speak from your heart. Don't think about it. Whatever's in your heart, just spit it out. The
Make
moment
me
you start
nervous.
thinking, I'm going to call you out. But remember, like in the States, you get one plead the fifth moment. So if something's a little bit too much for you, plead the fifth, but be very selective because you only get one.
Okay.
Okay? We'll start nice and soft. What does being a dancer mean to you?
Freedom. Freedom and creativity. I can be whatever I want to be.
What about being a mom?
It is my second identity. It's my reason. It's my reason is I wouldn't even know what I am without them. I don't know what it is not to be a mom anymore.
Okay. Luis.
Luis is my brother. He is my rock. He is my I don't know if I would have De La Isla or to be honest would have continued if it wasn't for Luis.
I'll make sure he hears that. Um, Fefita la Grande.
Ay, coño, vamos a hablar inglés. That's my idol.
She's amazing.
That is my idol. I've seen her live 10 times. And every time I wish I knew how to play the accordion because that is a woman that I admire. Like, I just love her.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I figured you'd say something like that. Um, Merengue típico. What does it mean to you?
It's my roots. It's my roots. It's my home. It's my campo. It's my family. It's me growing up with like dirt all the way to my knees for dancing un merengue que dura 10 minutos and we don't stop. It's my first love story. Oh, these questions are going to get hard. I can see that. Okay.
¿Qué es un desayuno típico dominicano para ti?
Ay, mi mango. Los tres golpes. I mean, es que no hay nada, pero no hay nada como un mangú, pero tiene que ser hecho específicamente como lo hace mi abuela, tú sabes, que lo maja con leche, que le pone cebollita eh, con like caramelized onions y después huevo frito con su salami y su queso frito. That's it.
Ok. El malecón.
El malecón, ¿cómo te digo? El malecón was my teenage years. El malecón was my teenage years where you sit and you drink and you listen to loud music. So loud. But it reminds me a lot of my teenage years because that was the spot. That's where you go. El malecón is it.
It's true. Um, Cuando a ti se te habla de representar tu país? ¿Qué es lo que sientes?
Primero siento un orgullo, porque como lo he dicho muchas veces hoy, no creo que hay alguien en esta ciudad, por lo menos, que ame tanto lo que esta cultura. I love it. I live it. I breathe it. Pero también I feel a bit of a sadness too, because I also said I was never Dominican enough, you know, because I went to school in New York. So when I'm there, I don't feel sometimes Dominican because I'm not seen as Dominican. Yo soy la gringa de Nueva York, so there's a sadness to it because as Dominican as I am, and I know and I own it, I still have to prove myself. I sometimes feel like I have to prove myself that I am Dominican to Dominicans, which is very weird.
One of my favorite places to visit in New York, Washington Heights. Whenever you hear that, what comes to you?
That is my childhood. I went to school in Washington Heights until grade 8. Um, that's where the best memories were. That's where you lived and you were in danger and you had no idea you were. No idea. The drug dealers were my protectors. The cops are your friends. My teachers were Dominican. I didn't have to learn English until I was like 10. And all I remember, and as you say that, it was like being walking in the hallways, and my dean would be like, "Señorita Giselle Fernandez," because I never wore my uniform. So Washington Heights is like DR with buildings. That's really what it was.
It's true. It's very true. Now, I'm going to take you back a little bit. How did your first night, your first event as De La Isla feel?
They were scary. I have a video of it, of me talking before it. I just made a video to myself. They were scary because there was a lot of doubt from a lot of people in the community. So there was this, for me, at the time, I had a dance partner. So I didn't have my first event alone. But there was a lot of, am I good enough? Are they going to respect me? Also, I'm a woman in this field right now, which comes with all kinds of different challenges as a woman, right? Am I going to be respected? Are they actually going to see me as an organizer? There was just so many questions. I remember my first few events, and they came with lots of lessons. It was hard.
So, since you mentioned it being a woman, how does it feel to now be recognized as a leader?
It feels great. It's about damn time. It feels great. It feels like not earned because I know I've always been a leader. I'm also like I'm also very business savvy. So like I knew what I was doing, but it was very hard not being acknowledged by my colleagues or having to be like, "Hey, hi," but to be seen finally and be getting spoken to with respect now. It's a whole game changer now. Now it's nice for people to come to me and be like, "Hey, can you please let me know? Like, would you like to collaborate? Would you like to do this?" And I'm like, "Ah, you see me now. Okay, here we are." It feels great. I am so happy.
Taking you home. I know you mentioned your grandmas and you've mentioned your mom, but your dad.
Oh, that guy. What about him?
What comes to your heart when he's mentioned to you?
My dad, I have to give him credit. What comes to my heart is more like that merenguera in me comes from my dad. My dad was the one who introduced me to tabaco y rum, tabaco, tabaco. Like, he's the one that sang these songs at home. I learned how to dance because of him. He was part of a merengue band back in the days. He introduced me to Las Chicas del Can. That was my dad. This passion came from him. But he was shitty. I mean, crappy. He was a good-looking playboy kind of guy. And wasn't there. So what comes to me when you say him is just like, too late. Here I am, and la belleza se va, la fama se va. So now he's out there in the Dominican, in la capital, surviving, really. And here I am, I guess, living the life he probably wanted to live back in the days.
¿Y qué te viene a mente cuando hablas de mamá?
Oh, my mom, man, she gets on my nerves, but man, that woman. Ella that's my cheerleader. Aunque al principio, she's like, a eso te vas a dedicar tú, a bailar bachata, a hacer bachata. It was like a thing. And now she's the one that sends me videos every day con una presidente. And she'll take a video and she'll be like, mira, tú deberías estar aquí bebiéndote una cervecita conmigo. Like, that's my mother. My mom has always been, I've been performing since I was 5. My mom has always been in the audience. Ella trabaja en una factoría desde las 6 de la mañana hasta las 7 de la noche. From when I was 5, and she retired. I'm 40 now. And she retired during COVID. Mi mamá ha sido like my number 1 fan.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, you have all these beautiful things and you've got all these great things going for you. All the people that when you started this that talk bad about you, what would you say to them now?
Ha ha. No, I'm joking. Look at me now, bitch. No, I won't say that. Are we allowed to curse here?
Yeah, it's fine.
No, I won't say none of that. I would say, for those that didn't believe, because there's still people that probably like, who does she think she is? I get that. I had someone really told me that they thought those exact same things when I came in the scene. Who does she think she is? I would say that it's not about, first of all, here I am. I'm not going anywhere. Get used to me. Because I have nothing but greater things happening. And for some people, their time to collaborate is over. They burned that bridge. We're good. De lejito. Others don't. If you're gonna support. But I've already learned to identify parasites in the community. I've learned my lessons. This hasn't been easy for a year. So for those people, I just say good luck. And that it's okay to teach what I'm teaching, but I would gladly train them so that they can teach it accordingly. That's all.
Oh, good. Now I'm not trying to make you emotional, but we might. Cuando tú hablas de tus abuelitas se te ve una cara diferente.
Mm.
What did they mean to you? Like, well, what sparks that change in you?
They were my guidance. They were my role. Like, you don't like. I lived this beautiful life where one abuela was en la capital, so en la ciudad, y la otra estaba en el campo. So every time I'm in Dominican, I have to be with both. So when I was in the campo, my abuela there is like, she was a healer. Era una mujer de medicina y con su tabaco. And I'll be like, ella me mandaba al colmado. Hey, instead of telling me go buy toilet paper, she'd be like, mira, she's called me la flaca. Mira la flaquejela, vete y compra papel de culo. That was the way they used to say, you know.
Yeah.
And she was just such an inspiration. Like, she knew things. She never went to school, but was the smartest woman I knew. She could roll a cigar. She was doing everything like natural. And she was my, what I would say, like my nurture, she taught, like, that's the one I would go to. But then my hardcore, like La Capitaleña, she was the one that I would go for like boy advice, because she would tell me the worst advice ever, by the way. Pero good stuff. It's like no, grandma, I should not do that, but I like that. You're badass. And they were just my yin, my yin, my yang. They were the two best things I think a woman, or just a girl growing up in the Dominican could have. I didn't have my mom there because she was always working at the factory, so I was always in the Dominican. So to be raised by these two powerful women, of course, I was surrounded by aunts and cousins, but like I have they're both gone now, but like I have two pretty badass grandmas that till this day parezco loca because I still talk to them. Because I'm like, por favor, díganme, porque, you know,
At least you recognize it.
I recognize it.
Um, so one of the things we do here at this show, we ask you to do something for yourself. It's it's a little bit hard for some. My last interviewee got very emotional when we did this with them. There were tears. So feel free to do what you need to do and take it as you feel is best for you. However, I'm going to take myself out of the camera. I'm going to leave you alone. I want you to go back to that young 8, 9 year old little lady and tell her all the things you wish you would have known. And more importantly, tell yourself how amazing you are. Because you are.
Thank you. Bueno, chica, niñita hermosa, niña linda, I want you to know that we are good. That all the doubts that you had about not being good enough or not being the best dancer or that you should have stayed quiet, all of that, we broke all those rules, all of it. And then we did it. We did it. We're living life to the best of its ability. We have beautiful children. We are in Canada. And on parle français maintenant. But most importantly, I would have to say, you are amazing. You are beautiful. You shine. You make sure you are seen. You are heard. You're phenomenal. ¿En quién lo diría que tú ibas a bailar bachata, mi niña? ¿Quién? Pero lo hicimos. Y ahora somos Perla Bachata. Okay. You're amazing. That's all I can tell myself.
That's fine. I mean, you are amazing. What you've accomplished in such a short period of time with unfortunately, and I don't like saying it this way, but more of a male dominated industry. To see a woman succeeding like you are in such a short period of time and not leaving her grassroots, refusing to give up who she truly is, that speaks monuments of you.
Thank you.
Don't give that up. I do want to thank you for being here with us today. I do want you to know that we appreciate you. My entire team appreciates who you are, what you are. And even the ladies in the team have a lot to say that encouraged us to move forward, to invite you to come and see you, and we'll speak off camera afterwards with a couple of things that we have in mind. But definitely want to thank you. Gracias por estar aquí, for giving us your time. I know how busy you are. Unfortunately, I know how crazy it is to have kids and have to juggle between work, the career, and the passion. But it's very much appreciated, very much gratefully and admirably of you to give us this time and open up your doors, your home to us for this moment.
Gracias. It's really an honor. And it's just, thank you so much for just any platform. It's a beautiful platform. And I've also heard great things about you. So it was a no-brainer. It was a no-brainer to be part of this.
Thank you. Thank you. Don't go away.
Okay.
Mi gente, as you heard it, sometimes we need to, you know what, let go and not care what anybody else thinks. Vive tu vida, vive lo tuyo, haz tu felicidad que sea lo más importante para ti. But always remember, that child that was told no, that child that was told one day, you know what, you're not going to accomplish it, that person that turned around and said to you, who do you think you are? Well, there's a reason why you are who you are. There's a reason why you're going to accomplish what you are going to accomplish. As long as you keep on that vibe and keep on loving yourself. Mi gente, don't forget season 3 is in full effect. We've got other artists, other dancers coming through. We've got some of the teams going to be coming through. And you know what? We got an emotional DJ coming through very soon. I won't say his name, but you guys know him. You guys love him. And I truly enjoyed his interview. Mi gente, hasta la próxima semana.